It's like more lecture, right? Okay, today is Tuesday and it's leg day, and we are going to be using the assistance of the piano man for today's intro because I didn't brush my teeth that way. Well, no, it's not just because of my teeth, but hold on, wait a minute. There's some weird stuff on this video. Never mind. Yeah, the eating on the floor. Sorry, that makes no sense. Hold on. Yeah, there's like nothing to talk about right now. So we just play babysitter until the end, which means babysitting. It's like, oh no, sorry, which means babysitting the tank, no matter what. Hmm. The treatment broke at like 27 minutes. Oh well. Yeah, the treatment broke at like 27 minutes. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Well, we need a bottom. We're like super behind in the water. Pretty, pretty standard, right? Pretty, pretty normal. So we're on 35s now. I really am missing out by drinking the water right now. You should drink the water during a different exercise. Drinking water during hip thrust is a terrible idea because when you drink water, you're moving your fluids, so it's not a good idea. I'll increase the weight to 25. It's nothing to really talk about. Alright, last one. For the last one, we're gonna do 11 kgs just to go super light at the end. I just realized it's actually diamond hour right now, almost. Oh, it's golden hour, right? Well, technically, it's just only. Actually, yeah, there's no one else here. I know. It's like 3 people here, but it's regular. Alright, well, we can talk again. Sorry, I couldn't really talk there. Sorry, though. The only reason I couldn't talk was because there was a regular who was like basically in proximity. But that's okay, we can talk now. My bad for being quiet for like the first hour. It's all good, so right? We're talking now. Just gotta do the Nordic hamstrings and the water, and that's about it. And the carbs, but every time we do carbs from pattern recognition, a regular comes and does really sus stretches, so I can't really do the carbs. It's all good though. Yeah, again, sorry for being silent. I think we're like sleepwalking in the. I'm not sleepwalking, but like we're basically knocked out during the treadmill. Really should just sleep early, huh? I don't know. Really should stop building the habit of sleeping during cardio. Well, it's not like I'm sleeping, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. But I just sleep early, right? Gonna make a efficiency here. So what is there to talk about today? Well, today we actually can do aberration, so it's gonna be interesting. I think you guys need a story video today, huh? Yeah, probably. Not surprised. Yeah. See, there's not gonna be any hunting and fishing today. We're gonna be ending the streak. It's not like we did yesterday. We didn't catch anything, anyways. Oh, I didn't catch anything. Yeah, the lake got too busy, unfortunately. Yeah, it got too busy. Like when I first went there to get my trout, I was like, is there just me one person? Right? But then yesterday, there were like 4 or 5 people in that one spot, and the whole lake was, yeah, it's just too many people, but it's fine. I'm sure. Nah, it's also school holiday as well, apparently. Bro, yeah, I literally can't. Doesn't matter. I'm sure it is like other places. Maybe there is, but I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Is there anything to talk about? Oh, yawning. Nah, it's just aberration. Oh yeah, in Overwatch, I'm kind of liking Genji recently. We played like a Genji game yesterday, and that was actually pretty good. Even though we didn't get like play the game or stuff, I like that. It was a good. It was a good Genji. Okay, I keep yawning, bro. Seriously, stop. I thought I slept early too. No, I didn't. I did, kinda ish. 30 minutes early. Yeah. Well, that's kind of today's plan, right? So legs. Then we're gonna go Alpha 3 regime. Then we're gonna do some food. We're gonna do some editing, and then we're gonna do some pull-ups and dips. And then I'm gonna eat some more food if I didn't finish it all. And then I'm going to probably edit the DJI footage. Should be pretty fast because nothing happened. Then I will go straight towards aberration. We're probably gonna do maybe 2 to 5 or 2 to 4 hours of aberration. And yeah, I can't really do it. We're gonna be pausing the extinction for a bit because I have plans for that, but I need to finish aberration first. So yeah, we're gonna do some aberration and then maybe some Overwatch. And well, no, I keep yawning. Jeez. No, story video first, and then we will do aberration, and then I'll probably do like Overwatch again at night or something. That's something again. Before I finish the water and check the weight as well. No, we're probably going to be like 72, mainly because yesterday most of my protein was from chicken breast, and I think chicken breast is like heavy and takes longer to digest. Yeah, that's actually true. Not gonna lie, chicken breasts do take longer to digest. When I eat the canned mackerel, I think we digest it within days. But recently, we haven't been eating mackerel. We've been eating chicken breast because they were available. It's a matter of probably are heavier. So good. So, did you eat lots of chicken breasts? I remember that yesterday. 71 to 72. Yeah, because the chicken breasts. Or I can be just could be completely wrong and ranging back to 70.3. What? Bro, what? No, no. I need to take a piss. Okay, cut that out. No, technically we could go hunting and fishing today as well, but not at the lake. But you could always try new spots. Like not at the lake, but like at a different place. Only thing is at the other place, I think we're gonna be able to get like what? We'll get eels and perch. No, not perch. We'll get eels and kahawai and mullet, herring, maybe brown trout. There's no rainbow trout in the wild. Oh, and the rainbow trout are only in the pond. Like, so I do wonder what happens if I use the same strategy in the wild, like not in the pond. The same, shrimp method. I mean, I'm just going to end up getting kahawai. Probably an eel. Yeah, I could try though. Yeah, I could try. I just need to set up some stuff, but it's not like there's much to set up. I'll think about it. Honestly, I need to check the weather and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's like raining or something, right? I don't know, I'll see. But technically, I might try it out in a different place. Like instead of the lake, I might just go to somewhere else. Like not even the lake, but still targeting somewhat fresh water. Most likely, just gonna catch eels and stuff. All right, Legend. That's about it. Oh, we could do calves actually. What am I saying? So, sus man's not here yet. We're good. We're good. Get a bit of carbs before the. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Sus man's not here yet. We'll be able to do this to carbs for a bit. It's not like, again, our carbs are really built on stairs and stuff rather than this machine. Like, well, I haven't used this machine in minutes. Mainly because it got lightweight here. It's been a while since I've done carbs, but whatever, you know. I do fast reps, lightweight. Good thing to talk about, is it? Yeah, technically we can go fishing again, but technically, yeah, there's nothing else to say. I don't know what else to say, you know. Technically, yeah. I mean, the routine today's pretty simple. Technically, yeah, sure, we can go fishing again. We can go fishing again. I just need to figure out where. Just got to figure out where. Probably the river. Again, the only thing I'll catch here is eels, potentially brown trout, kahawai, herring. That's basically all the fish there. Most likely, we're just gonna end up getting kahawai, but I don't know. Is there anything else though? I don't even want to catch. The thing is, I don't even want to catch any other eels. I don't even eat eel. I mean, I could always preparing it seems like the most annoying thing, but they are at least like good solid meat if you just get rid of the skin, the slime, and like they don't even have much bones. Actually, do they have bones? If if you just like cut the bones out, eel's not bad. Small part, but yeah. At the lake, there's salmon as well, farm salmon. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. I gotta think about what I want. But I'm pretty sure I recorded an eel on camera. I've already caught. Have I caught brown trout on camera yet? I think I haven't. I haven't, but I have caught it before. Caught plenty of kahawai on camera. Plenty of herring. What else is there? I feel another yawn coming in, but it's all good. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it again. So yeah, that's about it. Nothing else to say, and yeah, alright, see you guys next time. Yeah, I'll probably give you guys a story video. Yeah.
Right, guys, welcome back. Story video, like I said. Today we're gonna be doing a lot of aberrations. So before we do aberration, like I have said just this morning, we're gonna do a story video first, right? So Mr. Nightmare has dropped another abased video. Well, we'll see about it. 3 disturbing true stories. Wow, he didn't timestamp it. You like it? He didn't timestamp it. Anyways, yeah, let's go. Lock in, right? Yeah, I know the drill now. Lock in. 3 disturbing true. Story 1 by LP. What does that mean?
This happened last fall when I was staying in a small town in northern Pennsylvania for work. I do commercial refrigeration repair, and at the time I was driving to different grocery stores.
Commercial refrigeration repair. Can't you just say you're a whatever. Fine.
and restaurants in smaller towns because our company was short on people. The town I was sent to was the kind of place where everything shut down early, and there were more empty buildings than open ones. I was supposed to be there for 3 nights while I worked on the walk-in freezers at an older family-owned supermarket. My company booked me a motel on the edge of town because it was the only place nearby with vacancy. I got there a little after 7 p.m. on a Thursday. The motel was one of those single-floor places where all the room doors faced the parking lot. It had maybe 12 rooms total, and only 4 or 5 cars in the lot. The office smelled like old coffee and bleach. The woman at the desk was probably in her 60s. She was friendly, but there was something distracted about her. She kept glancing past me toward the parking lot while I was checking in. When she handed me the key, she told me if anyone knocked on my door at night, not to answer it unless it was her or the owner, and she said if I heard anything weird outside, to call the office and not get involved. She said it in a casual voice, like it was normal advice, but it caught me off guard. I asked if that was because the area was bad, and she just said there were some drifters around sometimes, and they like to ask guests for money. I remember thinking it was a strange thing to say to someone who...
You know what? A W grandma, right? She warned him already. Hey, there are some homeless people that just ask for money. That they take advantage of you guys, so best to just ignore them, right? Maybe? I don't know. Sounds like a W's thing to say.
had just arrived, but I was tired and didn't really care.
Sounds perfectly normal to me, right? I wouldn't mind the, motel person telling me that, hey, at nighttime, don't open your doors, right? Anything weird? Yeah, there's just some wanderers or people that wander around and ask for money, right? You don't want to, sounds reasonable to me.
It was near the far end, second to last. Inside, it was clean enough, but it was kind of old. I noticed cigarette burns in the dresser, and the carpet had dark spots. I brought my bag in, grabbed food at the gas station down the road, and came back around 8. While I was walking to my room, I noticed a man sitting in an older dark green pickup truck 2 spaces away from mine. The truck was running, but the headlights were off. I couldn't see his face clearly because of how dark it was, but I remember he didn't look at me like a normal person would when someone walks by. He just sat perfectly still with both hands on the wheel. I assumed he was waiting for someone. I went inside and spent the next hour eating and watching random stuff on my phone. Around 10:30, I took a shower and got into bed. Maybe 20 minutes later, I heard footsteps outside my room. That didn't bother me at first because other people were staying there. Then the footsteps stopped right outside my door. I waited for someone to unlock it or knock on the room next to mine, but nothing happened. After maybe 15 seconds, the steps moved on. A minute later, I heard them again, slowly coming back the other direction and stopping outside my door a second time. Still no knock, just silence. And then the footsteps walked away again. I got up and looked through the peephole, but I couldn't see anyone.
Wouldn't you just be asleep anyways? GG. You're in a motel that your company has, your boss put you in, so you can't really do much about that. I'm assuming you're a guy. So, a guy home alone at the motel, you're there for work, so you really just broke. What they're gonna steal from you? The tools in your van or something? I don't know, but don't know, man. A motel, you're a guy. Is what it is, right? If he dies, he dies. Can't do much about it because you can't tell him not to go there because he's a man after all. So, sure, if you're in like a motel and you're a woman, that's stupid. But so far, it's kind of just is what it is, right?
It was probably just someone drunk or confused about which room was theirs. A little after 11, I was half asleep when someone knocked on the door. I stayed still and waited. Then the person knocked again, the same exact way. I got up quietly and looked through the peephole again. There was nobody there. That made my stomach drop a little. The parking lot lights were dim, but the walkway in front of the rooms was empty. I stood there for a while, then locked the deadbolt again, even though it was already locked. I was about to get back into bed when I noticed the curtain near the window had shifted slightly. It wasn't open enough to see out, just enough to make me realize someone might be able to see in from outside depending on where they stood. I moved it shut and turned off the lamp. I stayed awake another half hour listening. Right around midnight, I heard something that sounded like metal lightly scraping against metal near the door. I got up and stepped as quietly as I could to the door. For the third time, I looked through the peephole. This time, I saw movement. Somebody was crouched low, almost underneath the peephole view. I could only see the top.
Again, though, like, what is there to steal? What is there to steal? His wallet, his keys, his money? It's like, what are you gonna steal from her, my friend? It's not even a woman you could, like, it's just a guy working. What are you gonna do? Take his money in cash? Take his truck? We're gonna break down. It's not even his motel. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, break down the door. It's not even my hotel, right? I'll just go somewhere else. What?
Top of a dark baseball cap and one shoulder. I don't know how long I stood there, but it couldn't have been more than 5 seconds before the person stood up and moved away. I heard footsteps going fast toward the end of the building. I called the office right away. The woman who answered sounded annoyed at first until I told her someone had been right outside my door. Then she got quiet and asked if I had opened it, to which I said no. She told me to stay inside and said the owner was going to check outside. About 2 minutes later, I saw headlights sweep across the curtain. Someone drove slowly through the lot and then left. The office called back and said nobody was there now, and it was probably just someone messing around. I asked if I should call the police, and she said it wouldn't do any good unless the person came back. I barely slept after that. Every little sound woke me up. At some point around 3 in the morning, I did pass out, but I woke up around 5:15 to the sound of my truck door opening alarm. I jumped out of bed and looked through the window without moving the curtain much. There was a man standing at the driver's side of my truck with the door half open. He was tall and wearing a dark jacket and hat. I couldn't see his face because he was turned away from me. Then he looked straight toward my room, like he knew I was watching. He shut the truck door and walked off fast toward the road behind the motel. I called 911 this time. The police came about 15 minutes later. They took a report and checked my truck, but they found nothing missing because I never leave anything in it. One officer asked if I was sure I locked it, which made me feel like they already didn't believe me. I knew I locked it. The older
Well, if he locked the car, then the car alarms would go off. If he didn't lock the car, then the car alarm wouldn't go off. Are you stupid? If the car was locked, the alarm activates. No? Isn't that how all cars work? When it's locked, the alarm is activated? Because imagine if, let's say you actually left the car unlocked, right? And then someone opens the door and the alarm just goes off. That wouldn't work unless you lock the car, right? Like imagine you going on like with a family, right? You know, family, lift the car unlocked a bit. No, you lift the car unlocked to move things in and out of the car, right? And it just starts alarm sounding because that wouldn't make sense. So what the hell are the police officers about?
officer did seem more interested when I told him about the knocking and the crouching outside my door. He asked the motel owner if they had cameras. They did, but only one in the office and one pointing at the front entrance, nothing covering my side of the lot. Before the cops left, the older one told me if it happened again, not to open my door for any reason and to leave as soon as I could in the morning. I asked if they thought it was random, and he just said probably, but his face didn't really match that answer. I had to work that day, and I was already there, so I stayed. I figured I was overreacting anyway. During the day, everything felt normal.
It sounds like the cops are in on it. Don't know, isn't it? It sounded like it's like an old part of the town, right? So it might not even be like advanced.
I was at the supermarket from 7 a.m. to almost 6 p.m. And by the time I got back to the motel, it was dark again. I parked directly under the brightest light and carried all my tools inside at once so I wouldn't have to go back out. The woman at the desk saw me and asked if I was okay. I told her I hadn't slept. She hesitated for a second and then said if I wanted, she could move me to room 2 near the office. I asked why she hadn't offered that the night before. She said she didn't think it was necessary. Then she added something I've thought about a couple times since. She said it usually doesn't happen 2 nights in a row. I asked what that meant, and she immediately acted like she'd misspoken. She just said the drifters normally move on. That made me more uneasy than I already was. I seriously thought about packing up and driving an hour to another hotel, but I was exhausted, filthy from work, and told myself I could just stay one more night and leave in the morning. Around 8 p.m., I got food and brought it back to my room. While I was eating, I heard a truck drive slowly through the lot. I looked through the curtain and saw the same dark green pickup from the night before. It drove past my room, turned around near the road, and parked at the very end of the lot with the lights off. I couldn't see who was inside. I called the office and told them. The owner answered this time, not the woman. He sounded irritated and told me if the truck wasn't blocking me in or damaging anything, there wasn't much he could do. I asked.
The green truck is from the owners. The green truck is like their friend or the owner. Yeah. Green truck ain't. It's just something's happening, right? Something's happening. That green truck is not a mystery person. It's actually the owner themselves. The police probably in on it too. Again, though, like, what are you gonna steal from a? Like, there's nothing. What are you gonna steal from him, bro? Seriously, what are you gonna steal from him? What are you gonna steal from him? His tools? You gonna steal his tools? What are you gonna do? Beat him up? Kidnap him? He's just a man working. Just a work. What do you call those? What do you call those people that would just work at fixing stuff? Repairman. He's just a repairman. He's just a repairman. Like, what do you want from him? What are you gonna do? He's a guy as well. And also, we don't even know the era of this place. But not gonna lie, if this was like Gen Z, I would just record everything. Get the camera out, record the woman, record the man, record the car. Matter of fact, it just depends on the era, right? Because like, if this was in 2026, that shit wouldn't happen. Just get the camera out, get your phone out. Literally, I would have just opened the door and be like, hey, yo, what's good? Nice number plate. What's your name, bro? Or like, it's just digital. It just depends on the era, the location, of course. Context of the era. No, it depends on the context on the era. Context on the place, right? Mobile phones. I don't even know what era this is in.
If he knew who it was, and he just said people come and go.
Yeah,
I sat there for maybe an hour, checking the window every few minutes. The truck never moved. Eventually, I turned off the TV and lights and tried to sleep with my clothes still on. Sometime after 11, I heard someone walking outside again. Slow, super slow steps. Then a soft tap at the window, not the door. I stayed in the bed. Then another tap came, this time closer to the center of the glass.
We're gonna break the window?
Then a fingernail or something dragged slowly down the window. I could hear it clearly. I had never felt fear like that because I knew the person was standing inches away from where I was lying.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Break this window? It's not even my window. What are you gonna do? Break my window? It's not even my window. Break it all you want. What are you gonna do? This ain't even my room. You can set this place on fire. I wouldn't care. What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do?
Lying, and they knew I was in there pretending to be asleep. I grabbed my phone and started dialing 911. But before I hit call, I heard the bathroom window rattle. It was a tiny frosted window above the toilet. Then I heard something even worse. The sound of the room next to mine opening, like an actual key or tool working the lock, and then the door opening. The room next to me had been empty when I checked in. I knew that because I had looked through the crack in the curtains the night before and never saw a car or lights there. I got out of bed and crouched near the wall that connected our rooms. I heard movement next door. Not the heavy footsteps of somebody checking into a room. More like somebody trying not to make a sound. I called 911 and whispered everything as quietly as I could. The dispatcher kept telling me to stay on the line. While I was talking, I heard one hard hit on the shared wall behind the headboard, like someone testing how solid it was.
We're gonna do break the wall? Break the wall then. Again, it's like, it's not even your house. It's not even... What are you gonna do? Break it? Go on, break it then. What are you gonna steal? I only got... It's like, what are you gonna do, bro? Oh, it's like, you're gonna go through all this trouble for what? What are you gonna take? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? You know?
Then another lower down, and then just nothing. I was trying so hard to
If this was me, I'd be asleep anyways, right? Just come get me. It is what it is.
listen that I could hear my own breathing and heartbeat. Then I heard the bathroom window in my room start to move. It wasn't rattling this time, it was opening, but just a little. I ran to the bathroom and shoved it closed with both hands. Something on the other side pushed back once. Not that hard, but enough for me to feel it. I locked it, even though the latch looked flimsy as hell, and then I backed away. The dispatcher told me officers were 2 minutes out. I could hear movement outside my front door now too, like there was more than one person. Then came the soft knocks on the door, like the night before. I didn't answer. At that point, I grabbed the motel chair and jammed it under the doorknob, even though I knew that probably wouldn't do much. The police arrived maybe a minute later, but it felt like 10. As soon as headlights hit the curtains, I heard running. It was at least 2 sets of footsteps. The officers found that the screen on my bedroom window had been removed and was lying in the bushes. They also found fresh pry marks on my truck door and on the door of the empty room next to mine. What I didn't find out until later was the worst part.
It was the owners.
The older officer from that morning came back and asked me privately if I had anyone angry at me or if I had posted online that I was staying there. I said no. Then he told me they had seen the green pickup before. According to him, there had been 2 other incidents in the previous 6 months involving men staying alone at that same motel for work. In both cases, someone had tried getting into their vehicles during the night. One guy said he heard people outside his room, but left before reporting anything else. The other one woke up to his motel door cracked open, even though he swore he had locked it. Nothing had been taken.
Oh. Hotel lock. Portable. Just in case, chat, right? Get these. I don't have one. Oh, not. I don't have this exact one. Okay, it's not a plug, but like, yeah. Especially when it comes to like, depends on the situation, of course, right? But in general, bringing your own lock. I mean, sure. Look, if someone wanted to break in, they'll break in, right? Like I said many times before. If someone wanted to get you, they'll get you, right? But at least you can buy something like this because when you're in like hotels and motels, right? Obviously, there will be spare keys and stuff. Especially if you're a woman. Oof, especially if you're a woman. Like, you can even get these, just like anything that blocks a door. You know, maybe bring in a portable camera too. You know, you can bring a portable camera, right? While you leave for whatever business you have, you leave a portable CCTV camera. They have those things now these days too. They have those as well. Like literally they're battery powered CCTVs. You could just no wires, nothing, you just put them down and they record it, right? Yeah, especially if you're a woman and you're alone. Because the owners can have the keys themselves always, so they could always just unlock it. But again, if someone really wanted to get you, they'll just break the door down. Just really depends on what they want.
In either case, the officer said they believed the group was following out-of-town men from bars or work sites, then waiting until they were isolated and trying to get inside their rooms. He never said exactly what he thought the end goal was, but
yeah, the end goal's really weird. Such a weird target to take, right? Because if you think about it, right? Targeting a working man, like a repairman, isolated, that is the most risky thing because it could literally 360 against you. Like, you don't even know if that repairman's a creep or not. Like, they're already working a repair job, so they're obviously rough, right? It's just such a weird target It's like such a weird target because, one, they're obviously broke because they're working a repair job, right? They're not afraid to live alone in a motel while doing work, right? And they're a man, bro. What are you gonna gain from that? What will you gain from that? You know, it's like literally roles can be reversed, right? You can literally target these repairmen, these guys. Not to be stereotypical or not, but the repairmen are usually the creeps, anyways. No.
He didn't need to. I packed my stuff while 2 officers stood outside. When I checked under the bed before leaving, which I normally never do anywhere, there was a folded piece of paper shoved almost against the wall. I only noticed it because I dropped my phone charger. It was part of a local newspaper torn into a square, and on the back, somebody had written my room number and my truck plate in pen. That meant whoever it was hadn't just picked me at random that night. They had been watching long enough to write things down. I left the motel before 1 in the morning and drove almost 2 hours home, even though I had one more day of work scheduled. My company sent someone else the next week, and I found out later he stayed in a different town. Besides my recounting of this story just now, I really tried to just put this experience behind me.
That's it. That's the end of the story. That's not even scary. Just a is what it is moment, right? It takes you 1 to 2 hours to get back home. I mean, I already told you guys everything, right? That's kind of all you really need, just these door locks, regardless of the situation. Is what it is, right? But again, it's such a weird target to go off, right? Kind of a weird target. Anyways, guys, that's kind of it. 22 minutes. I'll see you guys next time. I guess we could actually continue the stories next time if I need to. 2 out of 3 done. No, 1 out of 3 done. Well, 13:25 we're done. Alright, guys. See you guys next time, right? See you soon.